What is your American dream?
My American dream is for everyone to walk around freely and comfortable and not being afraid to show who they are.
My American dream is to help my people from my community.
My American dream is for people to be aware of different cultures and traditions and to be respectful of each other, of all those differences, because America is actually built by immigrants. We are all immigrants in this country.
My American dream is to continue doing what I'm doing and educating people about who we are as Mexicans, what we have to contribute to this country, and we are part of this country. Let's not forget that.
My American dream is for everybody to know that I'm not a bad man, that I'm really capable to do a lot of stuff in the best way possible, always with love, with respect, and with that passion that is a characteristic of us Mexicans.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Oh, doctor, thank you so much for coming in. I'm so glad you make house calls.
Sure, Sam. What's the problem?
Well, doctor, it's been quite the week. I'm feeling a little blue. I think what happened was Groundhog Day. My adrenaline was up. It was a major celebration. I was so hyped. I was with all my friends in the Brad Squad team. And then it was over. And it's just like the adrenaline rush left me. And I just went, woo. Kind of like a rock star feels after a show, I imagine. It was just a tough week. Yesterday, YouTube wasn't showing the views correctly, and Brad yelled at me because he thought I had eaten the wire, but it's not true. It wasn't me. And this morning I got rained on. I've been feeling a little tired, too. I think I'm the only groundhog in the world who didn't hibernate this winter. I think, it's just all coming down on my little furry brown shoulders. Oh. And doctor, I'm just feeling blue. I was thinking maybe you could give me a prescription or something so I could feel a little more upbeat for the weekend.
Sam, I understand. It sounds like you've had a really rough week. And that happens to every groundhog. You're not alone. You don't need any prescription for any pills or anything. What you need is to watch Brad's show live every day. That's what's going to perk you up and make you a happy groundhog.
Oh, doctor, you're right. I just need to watch Brad's show live. That's all I need to feel better. It's always uplifting. It's always wonderful jokes and great stories, laughter and hijinks, along with learning all about immigration and all the amazing people out there who make this country great. You're right, doctor. I'm so glad you came in to help me.
Oh, Sam, anytime. You're one of my favorite groundhog patients.
Oh, well, thank you. You're one of my favorite groundhog therapists. So we're even. Ha 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 ha.
I'm going to be off now. Why don't you intro the show like you usually do? I bet that'll make you feel better.
Thank you so much. I'm going to do that right now. I hope to see you soon, but not too soon. Hopefully I won't need you anymore. You're the best.
Okay, have a great weekend, Sam.
You too, doctor. Thank you. Oh! Hello, Brad Squad! Happy Friday! I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing great now that I talked to Groundhog Therapist. He's right. The best prescription for feeling a little blue is watching Brad's show live every day. It's bound to cheer you up. What was I thinking? Ha 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 ha. Anyway, did you miss yesterday's episode of Brad's show live? Well, in case you did, Belgium Kim went to the Immigrant Women Entrepreneur Networking event in New York City last week. She met tons of really incredible women and are really doing amazing things with their businesses and writing books. It was wonderful. If you missed it, definitely check it out. And now is the time you've all been waiting for. It's time for Brad Show Live, starring Brad Bernstein with co-host Belgium Kim Moore and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias. Let the show begin and have a wonderful and safe and happy weekend. Woohoo!
Welcome. Welcome, everybody. It's Brad Show Live. I'm live, so I got to start talking. I can't laugh anymore.
Right.
It is Friday, February 8th.
That was interesting.
That was very. We are the only law office in the world that plays with puppets on a daily basis.
Does anybody else find it kind of weird that Groundhog Sam wanted some pills for the weekend?
Oh, you think he was trying to get turned?
I think so.
You think Groundhog Sam was trying to get
I don't
turned
think he's
on
really blue.
depression meds?
What does turd mean?
Turnt.
What's turd?
Turned up.
Ah.
Like little partay.
Partay.
You know? Ray
He's not a pill.
Jelly Bean just said in our ear, he's not a pillhead. He doesn't do that. He was seriously depressed earlier today.
Aww.
We called in a groundhog psychiatrist who said, just watch our show, it'll cheer you up.
Which is very needed.
That's solid groundhog doctor advice.
I never heard that term turnt.
Turnt.
What?
Does the squad know that term?
Turnt?
Y'all know about turnt?
I never heard that term.
There's an entire song called Get Turnt. And, well, it's I like to, and it's like I like to make money and get
Hi.
Even Grandma says
Turnt.
turnt or lit. She knows.
Look at her.
She's a grandma.
Look at her.
That's why.
She's
That
the
is
coolest
why
She's the
you
coolest
put
grandma
glam
in the world.
In front of Ma, grandma, because she's with it. She already knows.
I knew
what's up.
lit, but lit doesn't necessarily mean you got to go take a pill. Lit just means it's lit. You know, it's happening. It's
That's true.
That is true.
Right.
Turnt doesn't necessarily mean a pill either.
Right, turn. It's just like everything's lit. Turned up.
right.
Turnt.
Turned up.
Turn. Let's
So
get
let me
turnt.
ask. All right, wait. Before we say hello to everybody.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm not a millennial, but you guys are.
Right.
Apparently, millennials like to dress simultaneous together, and you guys, I don't care what you say. I do not care what you say. You have to be discussing what you're wearing ahead of time and
No,
leaving me
we
out of
don't.
it.
We
You
don't.
do not. It just happens.
just like
it just
velvet.
happens every day that you are matching.
We just like velvet.
You know what? I'm just not buying it anymore. What are the odds that the both of you show up for the show in black velvet jackets and black T-shirts with some sort of chain dangling around your
I forgot.
chest?
See, I even forgot I had a chain.
What kind of odds is that?
Great minds think alike type of stuff.
Yeah, like the same odds that you would find two co-hosts that are impeccably well dressed at all times.
All right, so before we say hello to the squad, can you just either turn this place up, make this place lit? What's the term we want to do? We want to use
Both.
Both.
All right,
It's a turnt lit show.
Turn lit show. Do it while I get ready to say hello to everybody.
Okay.
What does it mean to? They're not even putting you on. Forget it then. I don't know what Julian the TriCast is doing over here.
He's getting turned lit.
He's getting lit.
The control room's already turned lit.
All right. So let's say hello to Lil Leaf Platt and Rich Kid C, Deion Watson. What's happening? Dawn Harriet, Carol Anderson, the Tiger, Deion Watson, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias in Capitals, squad up. And
Yeah.
Ma Dukes popping in, Carol Harris, Holt Burrell, Tamika Nelson never misses a show. A lot of these people never miss a show. Molly Logan Martin never misses a show. Glamour never misses a show. Lisa Bling Rose. When was the last time Lisa Bling Rose missed a show? I don't remember. She probably is here when I'm not even here, right?
Right, which is
a lot these days. Yeah. Deion Watson, Petroda Collins. I said Rich could see Marge Higgs and Deanna Love. And that's kind of who I see from our squad on YouTube. Back it up, Ricky. Pop it in right there on YouTube.
We love us.
Good evening, everybody. And Carol, the top Cat Anderson, Ja Love, Lucy and Girl says, Kim, you were missed yesterday.
Aww, I missed you guys.
Yeah, Kim was a little mixed up. She thought yesterday was Friday the 13th.
You know what? I'd like to go ahead and clear my name.
Yeah.
Clear my good name that I don't know how to read a calendar and the lies you're spreading.
I didn't say any lies. Did you call me and Yonathan and said tomorrow's Friday the 13th? I will be missing the show.
Yes.
And you said
true or not true, Yonathan? It's true, right?
Real news.
Yeah, that is real news.
Wow, conspiracy.
Tanisha Tennant, Sharon Cuthbert, Emanuela Freysinit says, hello, Brad, Yo-Yo, and Kim. Happy to see you guys. And we're happy to see everybody as well. And today
Yeah.
is Friday, as we like to call
Friday.
it. Friday, as we like to call it here on Bradshaw Live. So we're going to do a little schmooze, and then we're going to do our immigration questions. And stay tuned, we're going to play fake or real news, of which we already did one already.
Yeah, fake.
Fake. We'll see about that.
Fake.
We will see about that.
Your losing score continues.
We will see about that. Before we get into our schmooze of both hard and soft news, Belgium, Kim, and Yonathan Yo-Yo Ellis, please let everybody know why they should be sharing, how they should be sharing, where they should be sharing, and what's the purpose of sharing.
Absolutely.
All those 4 questions need to be answered. It's the 4 questions that everybody asks on the first night of Passover, as well as on every day here on the Bradshaw Live.
I believe it's also in the Bill of Rights that
They
they
answer those questions
Yeah.
as well too.
Absolutely.
So please answer those questions. Why, where, how, and why again?
Okay, the why is very simple, Brad Squad, because you are going to be able to give the gift of the best show on YouTube and Facebook, Bradshaw Live. And because your friends are going to get free immigration advice when they tune in. And how? Because you're going to share it. And how? Yo-Yo's going to tell you.
Oh, yeah. All right. So all you have to do is press that little arrow either on the bottom or top of the video, depending on the device you're watching on. You share it to people's pages, share it to groups, immigration groups that you're a part of. You could also share it directly into an inbox. And then you already know how to share the YouTube link. All you have to do is copy the link, share it in text message blast, WhatsApp blast. You could email it, and you could still share it directly to Facebook and Twitter. All right? Now do it. Woo!
Every breath.
Friday.
I didn't know we were done.
He said woo.
I didn't hear woo. I was looking through that. And let's go to something. Hey, it's live. What can I tell you? Let's go to something that we like to call schmoozing with Brad. I just want to see what I look like not paying attention. 1 second.
Right
We're
here.
on a delay about.
Brad is looking
I
at
was just looking through the news.
God.
I was looking through the news. I didn't realize.
Don't mind me. I'm just waiting on the bus.
That's called not paying attention. Right?
Yeah.
That is called not
Yeah.
paying attention. It happens sometimes. So meanwhile, the Democrats are building a case to obtaining Donald Trump's tax returns. I'm actually looking forward to figuring out how he was not able to pay a tax for the last 25 years. The man has not paid a tax.
Wow.
I am also wondering what he did to earn money and where it came from. Perhaps international money he earned from Russia or somewhere else. The House Democrats on Thursday used a much anticipated Ways and Means Committee subcommittee hearing to help make their case to get this tax return. Obtaining Trump's tax returns is one of their top oversight priorities. A provision in the tax code allows the chairman of the Congress's tax committee to request anyone's tax returns from the Treasury Department and review them in a closed committee. Generally speaking, taxes are private, and nobody can request it. So even if you think about it, when you go to an immigration interview and the immigration officer says, please bring your tax returns, the reason they're doing it is because the immigration officer and no one from the Department of Homeland Security can request your tax returns from the Department of Homeland Security. I mean, from the IRS. If they were able to do it, they wouldn't ask you to bring your tax returns. They wouldn't ask you to submit your tax returns. They are private and confidential. Nobody can pierce it. Nobody can look at them. And that is why nobody knows how Trump made his money, where he made his money, and how he hasn't paid a tax return, hasn't paid a penny in taxes in over 25 years.
How's that legal?
He took some sort of loss of close to $1 billion at some point in the early 90s from his Trump casinos in New Jersey, and he has carried that loss over year after year after year.
Wow.
Something to that effect, but again, we don't know for sure. You know, we'll ask Carmela, our tax attorney, to come in once those tax returns are ultimately released. Some Democrats on Thursday also zeroed in on establishing Congress's legal ability to request and obtain. They want to change the tax returns. They want to change the law. Now, obviously, that's not going to change while Trump is president because he has to sign it. But maybe something in the future that may happen.
LaVon D. Tucker.
Yeah, what'd she say?
She said how, asking for a friend. Then you said how he did it, and she said I lost $1 billion too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we're all gonna do it. Minus 1, comma 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, point 0, 0. I earned about $60,000 this year. I still have a loss to carry over of 999.
0, 0, 0, 4, 0.
Sorry, tax. Sorry,
Oh man,
Sam.
that's the way to do it. I just got to keep spending.
Meanwhile, the National Enquirer seems to be making news rather than reporting news more and more every day.
That's
Yes, the Amazon founder, Jeff Bezos, apparently nobody is immune to having penis pics.
Well,
Oh,
of
God.
course not.
Nobody, including the richest man in the world now. Apparently, he's following the Kim Kardashian model of be famous.
Wait,
Yeah, that's
what?
Right, but yes, there are pictures circulating
Yeah.
privately right now of Jeff Bezos having some sort of sexual relationship with his girlfriend, including him naked, his penis, everything. And apparently, he's the richest man in the world. The National Enquirer has gotten literally hold of these hard-to-get photographs.
Oh my God.
So,
And he was cheating.
Bezos, it doesn't matter. He's got billions anyway, right?
And he was cheating.
He was cheating on his wife. In a blog post published on Medium, Bezos, is that how it's pronounced?
Bezos.
Bezos, who is also the owner of the Washington Post, said he received an email this week from American Media Inc., the corporate owner of the Enquirer, the National Enquirer, threatening to publish compromising photos of him if he did not call off a Washington Post investigation into potential political motivations behind previous National Enquirer exposés of his romantic life. Now, if anybody knows anything, it's this. David Pecker, who is the, that's his name.
We're such children, but
That's
it's
his name.
unable
His name is David Pecker.
I'm sorry, what was his name,
Okay,
Brad?
he's the CEO of American Media Inc. There he is right there. Who is he best friends with? Donald Trump.
Oh
course.
my gosh.
Who has Donald Trump and Jeff Bezos have been arguing on Twitter for a while now.
Right.
Okay. As a matter of fact, Trump called Bezos not a smart man.
Yeah, he said Jeff Bozo.
Bozo, exactly. Calling him a clown. Exactly. Haha, you're a bozo. Haha.
So funny.
So what does Trump do to get back at his enemies? It's the same playbook, just like he did with Stormy Daniels and everybody else. He goes to the National Enquirer, which apparently is his newspaper now. Okay, he doesn't own it, but apparently he owns it. He owns this guy David Pecker.
Right.
And they got their hands literally on some hard to obtain photos of Jeff Bezos in the full Monty.
So isn't that illegal though?
All of this is illegal. Of course it is.
Okay.
Yes, all of this is illegal.
So why doesn't he just like turn in the whatever
Because
the
we
email
don't know.
or whatever?
Because we don't know for a fact that it's extortion.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like if National Enquirer is the
It's
one who's
extortion.
saying that
It's
I'll
extortion.
put it out,
It's extortion.
Right.
We don't know. Maybe it'll turn into a criminal case. It's certainly a civil case, and we
Right.
don't know. Behind all of
crazy.
this is Donald Trump. You know
Yeah.
all of this.
That's insane.
The explicit now. They also have some explicit text messages from Jeff Bezos also.
Yeah, they
that have
published, yeah.
already been published. It says includes for Jeff Bezos to his girlfriend while he was married to his wife.
Right.
He says, "I want to smell you. I want to breathe you in. I want to hold you tight. I want to kiss your lips.
Ew.
Love you. I am in love with you. I love you alive, girl. I will show you with my body and my lips and my eyes very soon."
So the thing with that though, can't you just
you
like,
imagine?
first of all, that was disgusting.
The way I
The way
said it,
you-
the way I
would
said
you
it,
read it
no,
like
I wasn't going to read it like that, but I just kept looking at you and doing it, and it just made me keep doing it. I don't know why. I don't know. I was like feeling an attraction to you there for a second. I was channeling my inner Jeff Bezos.
I gotta be honest, I found Bezos to be a smooth talker. I find him to be a smooth talker.
Was that smooth?
Yeah, he said some smooth things.
You like that? Would that send like a tickle up your spine?
It would tickle my spine. It would. I would get butterflies. I would get butterflies. You trying to smell me and breathe me in? That's right. Smell me and breathe me in.
By the way, Yo-Yo was ready to vomit.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about him. Ugh.
Well, yeah, if Bezos is breathing you in, but like.
But that's crazy. Can't you just like do a screenshot of any phone and save the contact as Jeff and say, "Oh, this was Jeff that did this."
By the way, I just Yo-Yo. Okay, while I was on, nobody knows this, but I got to call you out right now. Okay, while it was reading it off, Yo-Yo just sent me a text message. If you continue, I resign. Okay, so Yo-Yo, I am not accepting that resignation.
You were not supposed to tell everybody.
Okay.
End of story.
Bezos noted that AMI is run by David Pecker, a longtime friend of Donald Trump, which I just said. And Trump has repeatedly lashed out at Bezos in tweets over Post reporting and has also campaigned against the Washington Post office pricing of the post offices. There's two different things, the Washington Post and the United States Postal Service being Amazon's shipping bitch. That's basically, it's Friday.
I bet that's what
that's basically
contract
what it is. What it says, yeah. I mean, 50% of what the U.S. Postal Service does is ship Amazon now.
Shipping bitch.
It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. Meanwhile, Ivanka Trump says she's not worried about the Mueller investigation.
Of course.
She says the Russia probe is of no concern to her whatsoever. She says, quote, there is nothing there, yet it's created weeks and weeks and months of headlines, like a year and a half of headlines. So no, I have no concern. Meanwhile, what Mueller is investigating is a potential business deal in Russia that Trump was going to build a hotel and apartment building in Russia. And he was doing this and negotiating during the 2016 campaign. That same campaign where Russia hacked the Democratic National Committee servers and WikiLeaks sent out 30,000 emails of Hillary Clinton that basically said nothing, but made like a big deal about it. And then people said, wow, Hillary Clinton seems to be not trustworthy.
Right.
Yep.
Even though nobody actually read what those 30,000 emails were.
Yes.
If you think about it, did you read any of the emails?
Not a single one.
Did you read any of the emails, Yo-Yo?
Absolutely not.
Julie, you can tell me in my ear. Did you read any email from Hillary Clinton that was released by WikiLeaks? No, nobody did. Okay? It was just, she said no also in my ear. There's not a human being who read any of these emails. It just made the impression that Hillary Clinton was not trustworthy.
Yeah,
that she was hiding something because WikiLeaks had to release it.
Yeah.
Now, this was all done by Russia. During this time, Donald Trump is saying, I got no business with Russia.
Right.
I don't know anything about Russia.
Right.
I've never met anybody in Russia. I have no dealings with Russia whatsoever. But Russia, if you have these emails, send them out because it'll give the impression that Hillary Clinton is not trustworthy. And she's a crook, and then everybody will vote for me, which is what happened. Now, it turns out, we know from Michael Cohen, the lawyer of Donald Trump, that he was negotiating with many other Trump associates to build a hotel and an apartment building in Russia. And give Vladimir Putin the $50 million penthouse as a present for allowing them to build the hotel.
100%.
All during the entire election year process.
Right.
Up through past when he won the Republican National Committee. Up through November during the election. Up through the transition, all the way through the opening ceremony. What do they call it? The inauguration. The opening ceremony, the inauguration of Donald Trump.
I feel like the worst Olympic Games
The
of
worst,
all
those were like the worst
the
Olympic
endless
games.
Olympics
Yes.
from hell.
Okay, so now all of that, if in fact he was in a business negotiation with Russia at. There is certainly a lot of smoke, and when there's smoke, there's fire, that there could have been some sort of business dealings between Trump and Russia. and there could be financial transactions between the two, which would be illegal if it was actually happening.
Right.
Everybody has said up to 2-3 weeks ago when Michael Cohen said, no, we were in active negotiations with Russia.
Mm-hmm.
There was no business dealings at all. We know nothing about Russia. We never met a Russian in our life. Okay? Now...
Who are Russians?
Now Ivanka Trump says, because now they realize that cat's out of the bag.
Right.
She says, there was never a binding contract. I never talked to a third party outside of the organization about it. I mean, we would have had 40 or 50 deals like that we were floating around that somebody was looking at. Nobody visited to see if it was worth our time, so this is not likely an advanced project. So now she's admitting that throughout, it doesn't matter, by the way, whether or not it was an advanced project, it was in the early stages. There was an active negotiation between the Trump organization, which was basically running the Trump campaign throughout the 2016 campaign, all the way through an election, all the way through the opening ceremonies, which other people would call the inauguration. Okay? It doesn't matter whether it was in early stages, late stages. They were negotiating. They were talking to Russia.
Obviously.
Every day about a business deal while he was running for president of the United States.
Nothing to worry about here.
There's nothing to worry about, Ivanka. Absolutely nothing to worry about.
You and your whole family are going down, baby girl.
Nothing there. There's nothing there.
I will be there
There's
front row.
nothing there. Nothing. And I just got to get into some other news here from my other cards.
The hardy har pile.
Yeah, maybe. This made me laugh. In Pennsylvania, it was a very sad situation. There was a wedding, and the Pennsylvania couple's wedding ended, unfortunately, in a drunken brawl. After the groom, after he said "I do," hit on an underage waitress in a bathroom. At his wedding ceremony. Yeah, Matthew Amers, 31, was charged Wednesday in connection to the nightmare nuptials, they're calling it.
Dang.
During the reception, Amers allegedly hit on a teen waitress and asked her to go outside and make out. The groom propositioned the teen 20 minutes after saying "I do," and he said, "Whatever you want to do, let's go outside." The waitress said she rejected him, but he later followed her into the woman's bathroom, pulling her into a stall where he allegedly groped her and exposed himself. After a brief struggle, there was an all-out brawl between the wedding party, the police,
Yikes.
people, the staff.
My God.
It was, look at this.
Oh, that's the real,
That is the real wedding.
Oh, snap.
That is the real wedding.
That's so
Snap.
embarrassing.
That is very embarrassing. In other news, we are proud to say that the bride has hired us for a divorce, and that she has just beat the Kuwaiti record for shortest wedding. No, she's not hired us, so we don't know if she's getting a divorce or not. But yesterday, if you watched, I think it was on Wednesday, it was the shortest wedding of all time. 3
Right,
minutes.
yeah.
3 minutes?
Yes.
He called her stupid. They were right.
So this is also out, and this is really for you guys in the velvet black jackets.
Killing the
people
game.
in killing the game right now. 1 in 5 millennials are more stressed out about getting likes on social media than fighting with their partner.
Oh my God.
So the stress now for millennials is the phone dying, okay, slow Wi-Fi, not knowing the password to the Wi-Fi. Who cares whether I'm getting into a fight with my partner? I need to know how many people are liking my posts.
Jonathan just hung his head like he was so guilty. Like
Are you
he
guilty
is
of
the
that?
1 in 5.
Yes.
You care more about a fight. You care more about likes on a post.
I
than
don't
a
care.
Fight?
I don't care about likes on the post, but I do care about my phone.
How about
Like,
this statistic
you know.
also out in the same survey? 41% of American millennials said breaking their phone screen would be more stressful than seeing their check engine light come on their car.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell
Yes?
yeah. Yes. When I was still driving, absolutely.
Further, 1 in 5 millennials reported that getting 0 likes on a social media post would be more stress-inducing than having a big argument with their partner.
Okay, that's crazy.
0 likes?
That's
just
very stressful.
Disrespectful.
Yes.
That's like nobody in this world loves me.
How is that your reaction?
Is that how you determine whether people love you or not, by the number of likes you have?
No, because I get more likes from people I don't know than the people that I actually know.
Right.
Because randoms actually support you more than the people that actually supposed to be supporting you.
Yeah, 50.
Hint.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, my mom definitely likes all my stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Mom, for liking my stuff. 58% of all Americans say they're more stressed out now than they've ever been. And also, there's 2 other statistics here. One is Americans lose approximately 5 hours and 57 minutes of sleep every week to worrying about what's happening on social media.
That's insane.
Right. And lastly, 95% of the Brad Show crew get stressed out when there's less than 200 shares on any live show. That's also on this statistic.
That stresses the hell out of me.
Hell out of people.
So
yeah.
I totally get that. That's my number one stressor.
Yes, less than 200 shares. Meanwhile, you believe in Bigfoot?
No.
Well, we don't know if he's real or not. But in Provo, Utah, they believe it's real. And this incident happened. There is video. We have no idea if this is fake or real news.
Okay. So wait, there's a video?
There's video of Sasquatch.
Let me see.
Let's see. Let's see the video.
Seriously, look how big it is. I don't think it is a human. I think it's a Sasquatch.
All right, so this is my thinking on Sasquatch. Every time somebody sees a Sasquatch, the Sasquatch is always 3 mountains over.
Right.
Okay?
Like,
why can't you be like, all right, we're not going to film him here. He's sitting there on the ground eating some berries, the Sasquatch. Right. Why don't we walk over quietly and get a close-up of him? Okay? Sasquatch is always from far away.
You can't.
Okay? Go over there and bag the big fish, right?
Start making noise.
Yeah, go bag the big fish. Like, take like a big fish net and go jump him. No, go jump him. And bag them and bring them back and say, look, I got the Sasquatch.
With all the technology today, you're still going out there with a butterfly net?
Exactly. You know, why don't you like buzz him with like one of those drones, you know? Can you imagine like there's a Sasquatch going around and he's like a gorilla trying to like, you know, the guy on the Empire State Building, what's it, Magilla Gorilla? What's his name? King Kong. King Kong on the
what?
King Kong, Magilla Gorilla.
Magilla Gorilla.
You know who Magilla Gorilla is.
No idea.
You do know who Magilla Gorilla. You grew up in Belgium. What do you know? So, you know, so it's like, you know, like I'm like, you know, buzz him with like a drone, like, you know, King Kong on the Empire State Building.
That's what I'm saying. Is like with all of the technology, you're telling me that this is still the best kind of picture we can do? I don't believe in that. I don't believe this is not.
All right, so we should have saved this for fake or real news, but we have no idea if it's real or fake. We haven't determined that yet. We just think it's all fake anyway.
Of course we know if it's real or fake.
Oh,
it's
Magilla Gorilla,
story.
the cartoon.
Yeah, yes, of course.
I know that.
Never in my life have I seen this.
All right.
Really?
Meanwhile, in China.
Oh, yes.
There's a new tourist attraction. It's called You Go Sit in a Pot and We Make Food Around You.
Oh, no.
CNN reports that a hotel in Jianghua, China, as part of the Lunar New Year promotion, has kitted out one of its hot spring pools to resemble a steaming human hot pot. But instead of just cooking meat and vegetables in a bubbling bath, hungry guests can jump in and munch their way through it. The colorful culinary spectacle takes place in a rectangle-shaped bath separated into 9 components. And people sit there and eat their way through this hot tub.
What?
Yeah. Additional photos show guests devouring kebab skewers running the length of the pool and packed with. I know this whole thing is disgusting.
Yeah.
Can we move on?
Yeah.
I got to eat dinner after this. Some people are even cooking their dinner now. We've just ruined their dinner.
Why would you do this?
Yeah. Let's do something better with food. Okay, here's a good food one instead. There's a woman out there. She's making $50,000 a year making luxury clothing for chickens.
Oh, hell.
Yes. In 2010, shortly after seeing a YouTube video of chicken wearing what looked like a tiny diaper, New Hampshire resident Julie Baker and her daughter started making clothes for their pet chicken.
What?
And fast forward today, their hobby has turned into a business that generates $50,000 a year. Everyone wants to know where we got them, and the orders just started rolling in. I have a lot of customers that keep their chickens in their house full time, and they just
Oh.
love the chicken diapers. The machine washable diapers, to be specific, are fastened over the bird's tail feathers, and with the help of a paper towel, keep things nice and clean.
For what?
She sells over 1,000 chicken diapers a month for $18 a diaper. So, you want to see the chicken fashion show?
Yeah, please.
Is there a chicken fashion show?
There's a chicken.
Oh, there is no. Oh, we want to go see a chicken fashion show. We're waiting for it to happen.
I mean, it is
I'm
Fashion
in.
Week.
It's Fashion Week.
It's Fashion
I'm in.
Week.
I'm so in.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I hate birds. I hate
All
all
right.
birds.
And
All
with
birds.
that, Yonathan and Yo-Yo Elias. As I said, Yonathan and Yo-Yo Elias.
Perfect.
Whoa.
And Belgium Kim.
I'm two people.
You're at two people now. Well, yeah, I'm looking at two. I'm looking at two of the same people.
That's true.
Yeah, 'cause
You
we
know,
look
the
just
only,
alike.
the only thing separating you two is basically a big chest. But other than that, you basically look exactly
Well, thank
alike.
you.
Yes.
I'll work on getting swollen.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you got to build it up a little bit.
Yeah, I
Kim.
know.
All right, so please let everybody know to share one last time before we get into our immigration questions.
All right, guys, we are getting into one of the best parts of the show, the immigration questions. And I know that you guys want some juicy stories. And in order to do that, you guys have to share. Share right now. Kim, how are we going to share?
You guys, it's so simple. You're going to hit that share button at the top or bottom of your screen if you're watching us on Facebook, and you are going to share it onto your page, onto friends' pages, and most importantly, into groups that you are a member of. And on Facebook, you're going to copy the link and you're going to send it to all of your family members via text message, WhatsApp, GroupMe, Facebook Messenger, even if you want it, but honestly, just watch us on Facebook at that point. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube as well, family.
Meanwhile, a lot of people are asking the squad, I see here, help come up with a business idea. They got to make money. I see that. Okay. Well, I saw Jessica Kalimi asked, and one other person asked. There's lots of animals to make diapers, Sammy. There's lots of animals still left to make diapers for.
That's true.
Okay. I mean, the woman has the market cornered on chicken diapers, but you know, people have pigs in their home, rodents.
Goats are starting to be a big thing right now with
That's
goat
correct.
yoga.
Yes. Snakes.
Oh.
But you just don't know. You don't know where you put the diaper. You know exactly.
Just duct tape the whole thing.
Exactly where's the legs and knees? You don't even know.
That's true.
Where is it?
Wait, that's true. How does a snake?
But people have snakes.
Go to the bathroom.
I don't know. Huh. But there's all these animals that need diapers that are living in people's homes these days. All right, let's go to something we call. You got an immigration question? I'm going to answer it right now. All right, so who do we got here? Joe in Powder Springs, Georgia. Joe.
Oh, shoot. Yes. So I think you only have the answer for me. I was just trying to talk to the guy you had, the lawyer about the mandate. How do you say that?
Yes, you say you want. Yeah, the mandamus. You want to have a consultation. Hold on one second, okay? All right, so let's go to Carla in Orange County, California. Carla.
Hello.
Hi, Carla. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
What can I do to help you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask for a consultation if I can adopt my nephew from the Philippines who is 10 years old.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And are you a citizen?
Okay. I'm going to, but it's still on process.
Once you're a citizen, you can do it. They have a special procedure under the Hague Convention, but you can do it. But you don't adopt your nephew in the Philippines. You do it all here in the United States and bring the child over to adopt the child here. But there is a process, but you have to be a citizen to do it. When will you be a citizen?
Oh, okay. Can you handle that, attorney?
Yes. When will you be a citizen, though?
I was supposed to have a citizen last year, but I applied just recently, just last month.
Okay, fine. So we can start the process of going through it, but we wouldn't be able to complete it till you're a citizen. So hold on one second.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to Carol in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Carol.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Carol.
I just called to sign up because I submitted my paperwork from June for my work permit and I haven't received it up until now.
You got a problem. It's been 8 months doing something wrong. When you filed the paperwork, did they send you back what's called an RFE, a request for further evidence?
No.
No. Did they cash your check? Did they cash your check?
Yes, they do.
And when did you take your biometrics?
I take it June 7th.
Okay, so you're waiting 8 months for a work permit. You got a big problem. Hold on 1 second. You need a consultation. I don't know why, but we'll get to the bottom of it, okay? Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Something is amiss. Let's go to Carla in Clarkston, Georgia. Carla.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. My fiance is currently in Haiti, and I'm trying to see which process would be easier and faster for him to get here. I'm trying to see if the K-1 visa would be better, or if I just go over there physically and marry him. I'm already a U.S. citizen. I was born in America.
The fastest way to get him here is the K-1 visa.
Okay, because they said that I've talked to a lawyer, and she said that if I was to go over there and get married to him, it would be faster.
No, it's not.
But it's just like I'm
not.
trying to see which one is faster.
It's not.
And okay,
it's just fact of life. Just by pure logic, a fiance visa is faster because you can do it right now this evening and file it. Okay, you can't go get married in Haiti this evening. So just by pure logic, it's faster to do a fiance visa, and actually the processing time is faster also.
Gotcha. But they were saying that if I do the K-1 visa, it'll take maybe 9 months up to a year for him to receive the green card so he can start working. So I'm trying to...
No. What'll happen is once he comes here, you can marry him that next week. You could file an adjustment application, and you know, it'll take 90 to 180 days to get a work permit, but another year for a green card. But he'll have all the travel benefits back and forth. If you're asking me, what is the fastest way to have a green card in your hand? Yes, go marry him and come back and file for him. If you're asking me, which I believed you were, what is the fastest way to get the man who I love to live with me here in America? It's the fiance visa. And once he's here, you can marry him the next day, the next week, put in the papers that same day, and he's off to the races getting his work permit and his green card.
Okay, but the thing is the K-1 visa how long does that take for him to get here?
Oh, it could take 9 months to a year, but if you marry him and from Haiti, it's going to take over 18 months.
Oh, okay. Well, is there a way that me and you can have a consultation? Because I'm in Georgia and I'm looking for a lawyer.
Yep. There is a way.
Pretty much
There is a way. There is a way.
Right direction.
There is a way. We do it over the telephone. We help clients in Georgia all the time. So hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
All right. Why is this not on hold? There we go. Let's go to Lynn in Miami, Florida. Lynn.
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you?
I have a question. Basically, I applied for the I-485 for my husband. It's been 2 years, make it this month, and we have not received the interview. And every time I check the case online, it's telling me that USCIS cannot provide you with any information at this time.
Where's your husband from?
He's from Haiti.
All right. So, you know, we did a thing, and I know there was a guy who called on the first call we took. We did a thing with Abadir like 2 or 3 days ago. He's one of the attorneys here in the office about what's called a mandamus. There is no question that the U.S. government is delaying. And what we find. Yeah, go ahead.
The thing is, the I-130 has been approved since March 2017.
Okay.
And I applied for I applied the I-485 on February 2017, and we still didn't get any interview.
What the U.S. government does, there's no question about it, is they delay, especially from countries that they find objectionable, and they meaning Donald Trump. Okay? So when you said Haiti, I said, of course, it would be Haiti. So what you need to do is one of three things. You can sit on your hands and just wait. You can go and write them letters, or go to a congressman and ask a congressman to write letters, and I'm telling you, it really doesn't work. Or you can...
I've done that before.
What?
I've done it before.
I know. I've told you it doesn't work. Or
Yeah.
or you file a mandamus action, which is a litigation against the government to force them to do their job. And generally, in your case, what I have seen in the past, I mean, I don't know what will happen in your particular case, but what I've seen in the past is as soon as we file the papers, like within 30 days, all of a sudden you get. We don't even show up in court, and all of a sudden, by magic, you have an appointment.
Okay.
All right, hold on one
Okay.
second. So that's what you need to do. Hold on. Okay. Let's go to Margaret in Orange, New Jersey. Margaret.
Good evening, sir. I really appreciate you, and I've heard the wonderful job you guys
Thank you very much.
keep it up. Yeah, my question is that my husband sponsored me, but I've been living here for 21 years, and he's been here 5 years now. And this March is going to be 1 year since he filed a sponsorship for me. And you know why it's taking so long, or does it take that long, or so?
Say it again.
Do you know why it's taking so long, or
How long has it been? How long has it been?
It's from last year, 1 year now, January.
It's taking 12 to 24 months. It shouldn't take more than 9 months. Anybody who's waiting more than 9 months could either wait the process of 12 to 24 months, or they can file a lawsuit against the government and force them to do their job. You're a U.S. citizen.
But he's not yet a citizen. He's a green card holder.
Well then, okay. So if he's a resident and not a citizen, then it's a 2.5 year wait. You're within normal processing times then.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I was going to say I was under the impression, and this goes for anybody else out there, not you, but for everybody else. If you're a U.S. citizen, you're filing for your spouse, or you're filing for your parent, or you're filing for your child under the age of 21, and you're waiting more than 9 months, that's an unreasonable amount of time when the law says they're immediately eligible for a green card, and you should be filing a lawsuit. That's my opinion.
Yes, but he's eligible for his citizenship now. So
once he becomes a citizen, things should speed up.
All right, sir. I really bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's go to Neil in Orlando, Florida. Neil.
Hey, good afternoon, Brad.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Great job on you on the squad, man. I really do appreciate your
You're welcome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd asked someone to put in an application for my wife and her son, and they had sent me a letter today stating that we had filed with an outdated form.
It was an outdated form.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you gotta redo the forms on whatever the most recent form is.
Yes, and on returning it, should I also return any other documents or
return? If they should have all the documents you sent, so just fill out. Did they return the whole entire application, or they just said?
No, they just
the
returned
form.
The form.
Okay, yeah, just submit the form back then. They have everything else.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And do I need to send an extra the payment, an additional payment?
No. I mean, they've kept your money, so you shouldn't have to pay for it twice.
All right. One last question. I'm filing for that kid. Do I need to do an additional work permit for him too?
Well, how old is he?
7.
Obviously a 7-year-old's not going to go to work, but you do the work permit anyway. A, because it doesn't cost you anything; it's free, and 2, with the work permit, it gets him his Social Security card, which he should have.
Right. So in returning this, I didn't file one for him on a previous.
Yeah, you can do it and submit it.
Oh, so just send both.
Yeah.
Both two separate. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Thanks. All right.
Let's go to Ellen in Queens. Ellen.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good, love. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
So the quick question is, I came to your office in Manhattan and we did a consultation, my husband and I, a while back.
Okay.
So now we decided to go forward with the application.
Great.
And here's our case. I'm a green card holder. I have 18 months before I could file my citizenship. He's here on a visitor's visa and he's overstayed for a year now. So we want to go ahead and file the I-130. So I just want to ask, what are the documents should I bring when we're coming back to start the application?
Well, you need your green card. You need his passport. You need your marriage certificate. You need each of your birth certificates. And if you were married or he was married previously, I need divorce decrees or death certificates. God forbid a former spouse died, and any birth certificates of children.
Okay. And how long will the processing take?
If you don't become a citizen, 2.5 years. If you become a citizen, hopefully quicker.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Let's go to Terode, all the way in Kingston, Jamaica. Terode.
Hello there. Hey, Brad. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I'm doing good. I got a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
So I am a Jamaican national.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working in the U.S. for the past 4 years consecutively on the H-2B visa program.
Okay.
I now have switched my job, and a hotel in Massachusetts wants to hire me as a supervisor. How best can I use that chance to apply for a green card?
Well, they instead of doing as an H-2B, if they are willing to wait for you, it would take about a year to 15, 16 months. You can do a perm application. There's no waiting time for a skilled worker from Jamaica. And there's no waiting time for a skilled worker from almost any country. And if you wait in Jamaica and you don't do an H-2B and they're willing to wait for you, they would sponsor you as the hotel manager. You show experience that you have prior experience as a hotel manager. They run ads in the newspaper for 2 consecutive Sundays looking for a hotel manager. They obviously can't find one. That's why they're looking for you. Probably nobody will apply for the job. And from there, they've proven they've tried to find an American worker. They can't. You get labor certified. They file a visa petition, show that they can afford to pay your salary, and you're off to the races. You get your visa appointment right after.
Okay, sounds good. So is this something your office can help me with if I call in on Monday?
Absolutely. We do this all the time. And you can actually make a consultation right now. So hold on 1 second. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's go to Sandra in Hartford, Connecticut. Sandra.
Hey, Brad.
How are you?
Good, Brad.
Go ahead.
I went to an interview last week with my husband.
Wait, are you talking through like, it sounds like you're talking through like an empty tin can. Can you put the phone?
Yes, I am.
You are talking through an empty tin can?
You're supposed to have the machine gun.
Yes, how are you? I would smell water over me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you.
now?
Yeah. She sounds like she's stealing a call, I think. All right, what's going on?
Sorry. So, I said my husband and I, we went for the interview on last Tuesday. And, well, they didn't question me. They separated us in the beginning, and they asked him mostly the question they asked him. So they didn't ask me much. But, and the next day, I got the notice that my case was denied. So
Why
I don't know.
why was it denied? What did they say, the reason?
They didn't. They said they want to send me the letter. I haven't received the letter.
All right, so you should get the letter in the next couple of days. As soon as you get the letter, you make an appointment to come see us, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right. It usually
wait until I
takes.
get the letter?
Wait until you get the letter, because I don't know the reason. It usually takes 2 weeks or so to get the decision. If 2 weeks you still haven't gotten anything, then just come see me anyway.
Oh, if I didn't get the letter yet in 2 weeks?
Yes, then come see me anyway. I don't want you to wait forever. Okay, but it'd be helpful if we know the reasons.
Thank you.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
All right, let's go to Ron in Custer, Washington. Ron.
Hi. I just have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
My son will be turning 21 on July, and he's a citizen, but we are not. And what are the steps should he take, or what can we do to help speed the process, like getting the forms or documents?
Well, your son is a U.S. citizen. He'll be 21 when?
On July this year.
Okay, so was he born here or naturalized?
Yeah, he was born here.
Okay, so I need his birth certificate. I need an affidavit support from somebody else if your son doesn't have 3 years tax returns. So I would need 3 years tax returns, a job letter, and a bank letter. I need your birth certificate and your passport and marriage certificate and death certificates or divorce decrees from former spouses. Got it?
Okay, so
yeah. Hold on one second. If it's July, and this is the time to start putting things together, to have a consultation. Hold on. Let's go to Tracy in Melbourne, Florida. Tracy.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm calling because I have a 16-year-old son. He came to the U.S. on a student visa. And the school that he was going to, the middle school, high school part, they discontinued it. So then I took him out and put him into public school. I'm now on a student visa. My question is, because, is he out of status?
Yes.
That's the first question.
He's out of status, yes.
Okay, and my other question, because I'm on a student visa myself, can I
This is your son?
add him as a dependent?
This is your
No.
son? Who is this?
Yeah. I'm on a student visa right now.
Who is this to
But
you?
can
Is this your son?
Yes, yes.
Okay, how long has he been in the public school now?
1 year. No, sorry, 2 years. 2 years.
So he would have to go home and come back, and I think they would give him a problem. But I would need to know more first. This should have been handled 2 years ago. But hold on. He definitely needs a consultation. Hold on one second, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go back to her 1 second because I just thought of something. I just thought of something. Maybe where's the father?
Out of the country.
Okay, so this is a case that we should do a SIJ on, special immigrant juvenile. You can become the guardian, or somebody else can become his legal guardian. Show that the father abandoned him. If he's in another country, it's not in his best interest to be returned to the father, and get him a green card that way. So hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Let's go to William in St. James, Jamaica. William.
Yes,
Yes. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good too. Do you have a question for me?
I had a green card my father filed for me. And I went into my father went into a fight, and actually police come into it and charged me aggravated assault. I'm gonna find out I get back in America.
You got deported?
Yes,
Okay. When did you get deported?
from 2010.
And did you go to jail for this aggravated assault?
Yes,
How long did you go to jail for?
2 years.
Okay, so you're an aggravated felon because it's a crime of
Yeah.
violence, more than a year in jail. It also could be a domestic violence crime. The only way you would ever come back is perhaps 15 years after the conviction, 10 years after the deportation. If you were married to a U.S. citizen, and you can show you would have to show extreme and unusual hardship to your spouse.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, you have a high burden to overcome because you're an aggravated felon with a crime of violence.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Yeah. All right, but hold on if you need help. Hold on if you need help. Let's go to Kennedy in Yonkers, New York. Kennedy. Go. Catherine in Redding, California.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. How are you?
Good, thank you. I just have a question. I'm currently a green card holder right now, and I applied for my N400 for citizenship, but I'm going home to the Philippines on April of this year, and I'm planning to get married. With my fiance. Would that be the better route to go, or wait for the citizenship?
No. Go get married, come back, file for him as a resident, and you'll upgrade it when you become a citizen. It'll get him here faster.
So, how long would that be?
It's about 18 months, but you're already, by filing for him now, let's say it's 18 months for a U.S. citizen. Let's say you get married in April, you come back and you file for him in May, and you don't become a citizen until November. You've cut 6 months off the 18 months because you've already started filing by May.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, but as soon as I get back, though,
You file
can
for
I
it.
file for
Yes.
the I-130?
Correct. That's exactly what you do.
Oh, okay. And for my citizenship, how long for me to wait to get an interview? Because I just applied last year of November.
It's about 12 months. So I was probably right when I said November.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay, so just get married and then apply for I-130 when I get back in the United States.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Kennedy, who went Gluck before. Kennedy, you're back.
Yes, sir.
What's could I do to
Good
help
evening,
you?
sir.
What's going on?
Yeah, everything good. First of all, let me thank you for the program that you're doing. It's educating a lot of people.
Thank you.
And I'm grateful that today I have the opportunity to speak to you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yesterday I called to the office and then I spoke to the secretary, but today is the best time for me to talk to you.
Okay.
The first problem is I have an abuse case going on. I filed the I-360, the I-485. The 360 got approved. And then I had done it on my own, but I thought that the stage that I have reached, I don't think I have the knowledge to proceed.
What's the problem?
And I thought that is important. Well, there's no problem, but I think that the interview, I would like to see if it's possible to get an attorney to go with, if your law firm allows people
of
who have.
course. Hold on one second, of course. Hold on one second, of course.
Okay. There's another question.
What's the other question? Oh, he has another question. What's the other question? I'm sorry.
Assuming I find a job that is in a different state, is it possible to go and work there and move the case there?
You would put yourself back to the end of the line. I wouldn't suggest it unless it's such an amazing job that you can't give up the money. Because
Okay.
All right, so just hang in there till you get your interview. So hold on one second.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go to Sahai in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. Sahai.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, Brad. How are you guys?
Good. What's going on?
Okay. I filed a case last year, January. And I got denied in August.
Why? And what did you do?
They requested evidence in February, and I sent the documents.
Who's sponsoring
that
you?
they required.
Who's sponsoring you?
My husband.
All right, so you did it wrong, right?
Yeah,
Whatever it is, I guess,
I
right.
had a lawyer. The lawyer did it, and I don't know what happened.
All
it
right.
was like they say the affidavit of support.
All right, so this is the good news. I'll tell you the bad news and the good news.
Yeah.
Okay, the bad news is the first lawyer you picked wasn't such a wonderful lawyer. The good news is you're talking to a pretty wonderful lawyer. You're allowed to file again. We'll get it right for you. So hold on one second.
Oh, that's the thing I'm talking about now.
Oh, okay.
I filed again in September.
Right.
So now I'm waiting. I did my biometric in October, but I filed my son case. My husband filed my son case too.
Okay, good.
As well.
Okay.
'Cause my son is in Jamaica.
Okay.
But now I checked online about my status. I don't see nothing changed yet for my status. But my son one day requesting evidence.
You seem to be making errors.
My son.
But you know what happens when you request evidence?
Yeah.
That means you screwed up. So you're screwing up now twice. How often do you want to screw up? Twice?
No, that's
3
my
times, 4
son's
times?
case. They're requesting an
Doesn't
evidence for
matter.
my
You did.
son's
You
case.
screwed up your case. Now you screwed up your son's case. How many cases you want to screw up? I'm just telling you. So they're requesting evidence because I'm telling you, you screwed up. What would you like me to do to help you?
What's going to happen after if even I send the evidence? Would they deny the case?
If you screw up a third time, yeah. If you do it right, no. I mean, I don't, So your question to me is this. I filed an adjustment application. They asked for evidence. I submitted it. I got denied. I then filed a new application for myself. I submitted it. I haven't heard anything. I then filed something for my son. I got a request for evidence. I'm going to submit the evidence back. Will they deny it? Well, based on your track record, yes, they're going to deny it. But hopefully they don't. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what they're asking. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh.
Hold on if you need help. But, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I have a request for evidence. Will they approve it? I really need a magic 8 ball.
Where's Groundhog Sam with his?
I really need a magic 8-ball.
What really killed me with that is, hang on, if you need help, baby girl, you need so much help.
Large Higgs with the comment of the day.
Yeah.
How would he know if it's going to be denied again? Exactly.
It's true.
How would I know?
That should be the tagline to our show.
How would I know if it's going to be denied? It's like I need to be like a fortune teller.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time somebody asks a question like that, I think you should just have a turban down there that you put up.
Maybe I should do that. That would be it.
A Bradshaw Live turban.
I think that would be pretty fun.
We got to do something. I'm going to leave it up to Groundhog Sam to figure out what we should do for
Maybe
next
he
week.
pops up.
Yeah, I don't know. Groundhog Sam, what do you think? I don't know, Brad.
I was going to say, I feel like Groundhog Sam needs to chill under the table for the entire show every day.
Everybody knows I'm not the voice of Groundhog Sam because that was not
that
Groundhog
was
Sam's
pretty
voice.
bad.
All right, let's go to social media check-in.
Our first question is from Sahid, who said, can you please help me understand if someone owes the IRS, can they still do a joint sponsor?
Yes, because it's a matter of your income, not what you owe.
All right, Charmaine Wallace says, can I apply for a U.S. passport being a permanent resident?
No, you're a permanent resident. You're not a U.S. citizen. When you're a U.S. citizen, you can apply for a U.S. passport.
We've got Marie, who received a letter, who received an email that said that her I-360 petition was approved, but they had not yet received the formal approval notice. They have not received the formal approval notice in the mail. The question now is, can she travel? Is this her actual work permit and the social security number, even though they haven't gotten it physically?
No, you need the actual document to travel, which is the combo card, or if you got a work permit and an advance parole document separately.
And so she filed for VAWA. She's been in a shelter. Now she's got an apartment. That all of those things still don't affect the outcome.
No.
Great.
All right, JCJ says, good day, sir. My father petitioned the three of us, my mother, who's now in the U.S., my sister now had her own family during the time my sister was single at 18 years old, and me during that time I was 11 years old. Now I'm 39, single. During that time, 1990, we passed the interview, and suddenly we're not gonna make it to go, and I don't know why. Then after 2 years, 1992, my father petitioned us, and the same thing. They said that three of you are still here. Congrats, you are passed and can go to the U.S. now. Then all of a sudden,
what kind of question is this? Get to the bottom line here.
Listen,
I'm lost already.
Okay, it's a long one, and I'm reading it for the first time too. So it says then all of a sudden we weren't.
You have to start again because I'm lost already.
Okay,
that's the real question.
So the question basically, in
question?
2014, my father died. Can the mother replace the father as my petitioner?
Yes.
Even though it was originally filed in 1990?
Yes, because they never came here.
Right.
So as long as they never came here, you could always substitute in another family member.
All right.
That's the whole answer. Mila says, I've got a question. Is there any possibility for me to petition my overage single children and my married children from the Philippines? And if I can sponsor them, how long is that going to take?
If you're a citizen, you can file for married or unmarried as a resident, only unmarried. From the Philippines as a resident, it will take, to go to the visa bullet in a second, it will take for the Philippines as a permanent resident, and hopefully you still are, they're up to July 1st, 2007, so it's a decade. For a U.S. citizen, they're up to March 15th, 2007, so it's a decade. For married children, they're up to August 22nd, 1995. It's 20 years, maybe 25 years.
My God.
All right, Lucia has a question in 3 parts. All right. So my daughter is 10 and was born outside the U.S. Her father is a U.S. citizen before she was born. We applied for the CRBA birth abroad, but the Jamaican embassy email said that we need to provide proof of his entries in and out of the U.S. for his first entry. Those passports are lost. How do we proceed? The child has a B1, B2 visa. Can this process be done in the U.S.?
If the father is a U.S. citizen, the child's a U.S. citizen as long as the father was living in the United States for 5 years after the child's birth after the age of 14. His entries in and out are irrelevant. You should contact us and we'll help you at the U.S. Embassy.
Sweet Spicy is back with another question. I put my 19-year-old in my 2018 taxes, but for 2019, I'm not going to declare her as a dependent anymore because she doesn't live with me. But I pay $545 a month in child support. Can I exclude her from the household size for the affidavit of support even though I'm paying this child support?
Is this a tax question or an affidavit support question?
I believe it's an affidavit of support question, but he's asking if the fact that he is not claiming her on his taxes this year, but is paying child support.
He still pays child support, so he has to list it on the affidavit of support.
Got it.
Got it.
All right, Asset Lindo says, Brad, when you file, do you include an annulment?
You should, because you shouldn't hide anything from immigration, even though an annulment means the marriage never happened. You should still, somewhere in this world, there is a marriage certificate that says you were married. You should submit an annulment to say it never happened.
Ruthie Cutie said, hey Brad, what does a courtesy letter mean from USCIS, and can this affect or slow down the AOS process?
They're just sending you an update letter as a courtesy, I guess.
How nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jerry says, how successful have you been in a 601 waiver approvals for aggravated felony convictions who have family, spouse, and children in the USA?
I don't know. I don't have my statistics available. We win a lot of cases. You lose some. We win more than most. That's about all I can tell you.
All right.
We've got one from Grandma.
And by the way, it's not like it's heart surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, a heart surgeon says, I've seen this operation 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
80 out of 100 patients live.
Right.
Every case is different.
Yeah.
Because everybody has different facts.
Yep.
Nobody has the same exact case ever. It's like a fingerprint.
Right. So many circumstances.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Grandma is asking for an associate.
An associate.
An associate.
Glampa?
He would not be an associate.
He would not be an associate, Glampa?
Nah, an associate.
Glampapa?
Would it be Glampa?
Right. Or just
Glamfather?
No, I got to think of that one.
All right. Grandma's asking for an associate. Her VAWA request was denied, and she was told why, and she's decided to refile. Does she have to pay again and resend all of the documents and pictures that she sent the first time around, or are they going to keep that on file?
You send it all again and assume they have nothing.
Okay, Mame says, I wanted to ask, how long does it take to do an NIW? I think that's National Interest Waiver.
How long does it take to put together? Sometimes they take a year, sometimes they take 3 months. From the time you actually file it, hopefully they make the decision. You could expedite it, pay $1,225, whatever the expedite fee is, and get a decision in 15 days.
Elia Mohammed says, how long does it take for USCIS to get back to you after your interview's done? It was an interview for an adjustment of status, and the case has been held for review.
Should be 4 months. Anything more than 4 months, either they don't believe it's a real marriage, they're investigating you, there's some other issue, but you should be contacting a lawyer because it's never good.
All right. I don't think this is a question. I think this is a little compliment. We like those.
Okay.
Baby Love MC said, after 18 years of uncertainty, 2 incompetent law firms, I came to your office in despair 2 years ago with a complicated immigration issue. Your lawyer jumped into action and filed petitions for both my daughter and I. She got her green card last year, and I went on my interview with one 1/28/19, got an approval on 2/2/19. Abadair is my lawyer.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
After 18 years.
Woo!
Yes.
Man.
And then 2 incompetent lawyers.
2 incompetent.
And an approval 4 days after the interview.
Yes. Not bad.
Lovely.
Life is good. Hillman says, how can your firm help out-of-state court appearances for criminal and immigration convictions? And if that's not an option, how do you suggest finding the best attorney for local representation if it's just a state-by-state thing?
We fly everywhere. Immigration's a national law. As long as the airplane flies there and there's a rental car, we can drive to wherever. We'll get to you. Don't worry, we can handle it.
Nova Shamaj says, hey, Brad, should I take an attorney with me to my USCIS interview?
Yes.
We've got a question from Bolani who said, I've got a marriage-based interview coming up, but my husband is currently in the hospital. What can I do because our interview is in less than 3 days? Thank you.
Go to the interview, bring evidence that he's in the hospital, and they'll reschedule it.
All right, we're done.
That's all we got for right now.
All right, so today is Friday.
It is Friday.
So you know what happens on Friday?
Yeah, Sure yeah.
We're playing another edition of Real or Fake News.
Oh, Lord.
Yonathan's on a winning streak. I have never beat him ever.
Undefeated.
This is the day that Brad beats Yonathan in Real or Fake News. We have no card for this. So we do have a real card for this. Real Fake News. All right, so play along at home. And because I'm not going to give my answer until I see some of the Brad Squad answers.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're going to take some of their answers?
I'm going to take some of their advice.
That's cheating.
That's not cheating.
That's a lifeline.
It's not a lifeline.
Yes, it is.
It's not cheating. I can make up my own rules. Jill's yelling in my ear. That's cheating.
It is. It is.
It is.
You're asking the audience at every single question, Brad.
I got to win somehow. Obviously, I'm not good at this, so I got to win somehow.
This is actually good. The
I don't have to
entire
do
Brad
that.
Squad versus Yo-Yo is what this is what you just said.
Everybody against me.
The entire world versus Yo-Yo in Real or Fake News. I will not look at my phone.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, there's your
All
first
right.
fake news of the
All
night,
right,
y'all.
Fake news number 1. All right, I'm listening now.
All right.
I'm all ears.
The world's very first leg lamp has been created. A Dutchman has won the right to keep his amputated leg, and he's decided to turn it into a lamp to raise $100,000 to be able to buy a prosthetic limb. He has listed it on eBay and hopes that some eccentric billionaire will buy the $100,000 leg lamp of his amputated leg.
Real news.
Fake. Because how would he get his amputated leg out of the hospital?
You can ask questions.
They wouldn't give it to him.
It's his real leg?
It is his
real leg.
His amputated leg.
It's his real leg.
Leo Bonton lost.
How would he get it out of the hospital, number 1? Number 2, it's going to rot unless they put it under some sort of formaldehyde or something. I say that's fake.
Oh, I didn't know it was his real leg.
You said real already.
His amputated.
Once you say, you can't take it back.
Okay, fine. Real.
Nope.
Real.
Now it's going to be real. Damn.
It's 100% real.
Damn!
Thanks, Brad.
So whenever
I can never win this game.
Fun fact, when you're in the Netherlands and you get a limb amputated, the hospital owns the limb. And so he did some sort of litigation with the hospital to be able to own his own leg so that he could turn it into a lamp.
That is disgusting, first of all, but ugh.
Why a lamp?
Weird ass.
Why not? I mean,
because
why
like
not
a
else?
Christmas Story, you know,
Right.
there's a leg lamp and a Christmas.
I remember the leg lamp in Christmas Story.
Maybe they got it from the movie. Okay.
Okay. A man.
You know what? Lisa Blink Rose says it all. What?
I know. Everybody said false. Everybody said false. We had a few
Yonathan was
going
to turn it to false.
I wasn't.
You are.
I wasn't.
Yeah, right. I think Yonathan sees these stories ahead of time.
I promise on everything I love.
He does not. I am very militant about keeping these cards confidential. Very militant.
All right, let's continue.
Okay. An episode straight out of Seinfeld, a Canadian man was hoping to get his last name of Osman on a vanity plate. Unfortunately, his last name is spelled A-S-S-M-A-N, Assman, and the Canadian Border Patrol the Canadian Mounties told him no because it could be seen as offensive. He will not give up the fight to have his vanity plate Assman.
I believe that. True.
I believe that.
It's true?
True.
It's true?
He looks like ass man.
Is this the guy? That's the ass man?
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Osman will never stop until he has ass man
on his
plate. He said that it is derived from the German, and so it's pronounced Osman, but it is in fact spelled ass man. He's not the first resident from Saskatchewan with the last name ass man. In 1995, Saskatchewan had an ass mania craze because a man named Dick Assman wrote into the Dave Letterman show and was promoted on it all night. Ass man, apparently very common in Saskatchewan.
Yes. Okay. Who knew?
In a special report by researchers at Johns Hopkins University, they found, in the weirdest research ever, they found that a banana is still the most used fruit when pretending to receive a phone call. They put fruit basket beside people, and 100% of the participants picked up the banana whenever the researcher would go ring, ring. And 100% of the participants answered. Now, most of the participants answered with a pear when they were doing a CB unit. No one used an apple.
I have to say this is true because it's such a dumb thing. Why would anybody make that up?
Just to be different, I'm gonna say false.
False.
You are so bad at this. It is absolutely false. It's 3-0. Why would Johns Hopkins waste their money on that kind of research?
What kind of study is that? Like,
it's Johns Hopkins. It's Johns Hopkins.
Johns Hopkins. Like, why would you? That's what I thought. But
no. Yo, this one's for you. This one's for you. What are we at? 3-0 right now?
Yes.
Perfect. Can't believe I'm hanging.
I love this.
I always lose this. It's the funniest thing.
I feel like
we're not playing this game anymore.
I should get a raise every time I win.
Oh, if we're playing for raises, then that's a different story. Watch me all of a sudden rip through this.
Now Brad's gonna win. All right, you guys. Yo, this is for you because you rock the latest fashion trends. And straight out of Milan, Italy, we are rocking ankle scarves. Wear your loafers sockless and don't ever be cold again because ankle scarves are here to stay. Skinny jeans and no socks and some loafers, don't worry about it. You got ankle scarves for 20 euros. You can find them on Amazon and on Etsy in the US for $19. One man who absolutely hates wearing socks with his loafers called the ankle scarves life changers. The ankle scarf.
That's so ridiculous.
That is. I'll say true.
I say true too.
You know what? This took Twitter by storm, and it turns out it originated in a German parody satire site. It is totally fake, and those are children's scarves wrapped around a man's ankle.
I haven't got anything right. That's amazing. I'm so gullible on this news. Oh, I got one right, Julie says.
Which one did you get right?
Which one did I get right?
We both answered.
You got
the ass man.
Oh, ass
the
man.
ass
Right.
man. You got ass man right. You're right. 3-1. Thank you, Elsa Leslie. All right. A drunk demolition worker is in very big trouble after he was drunk on the job as an explosive expert and blew up the wrong building. According to his colleagues, 51-year-old Marty Daughtry was visibly intoxicated when he showed up to work on Tuesday morning, but that was not unusual for the demolition team foreman. Recognized as an expert, he has led several demolition projects over the years. He's known to have an alcohol problem, but he usually gets the job done. But this time around, he blew up an enormous building with more than 5 tons of TNT. He is on the hook for over $100,000 worth of damage. Although no one was in the building as it was a warehouse, it was a 3-story, 600,000-foot warehouse. Right there it is. Greenville police in...
Where did this happen?
Greenville, North Carolina.
That's false.
That's false.
False.
The mistake has caused over $4.5 million in damage.
False.
That's what...
False.
I thought you said 100,000.
No, he's facing a fine of $300,000, but he has caused over $4.5 million in damage.
False.
False. It is absolutely false.
Yeah.
That man didn't blow up the wrong building. Leave him
Well,
be.
you need more than one person to blow up a building.
Right,
It's
yeah.
not one guy with
Like-
dynamite going around, you know?
Oh, let me just
Yeah.
go blow up this building.
Exactly.
Like,
All right,
what?
so it's 4-2.
It's 4-2.
Right.
4-2.
My birthday.
How many more do we have? Do I have the ability to catch up?
I've got a couple. I've still got a few.
All right,
You
so I
have
have the
enough
ability to catch up.
You
All right, so
have
I
the
got- all right,
ability
so I
to
got-
catch
I
up.
got-
How long are we gonna play this?
We're
until
playing
you
this
catch
until
up?
we're playing this till I catch up. It's 11 o'clock and I'm still coming back. I'm all in on my poker chips on this one, yo.
Okay, Brad, maybe this will help. Do you have Valentine's Day plans?
I do.
You do. You do have Valentine's
I
Day
do.
plans. Yo, what about you?
I don't.
You guys, don't worry. I know exactly what you can do for Valentine's Day. You can make it real fancy by getting the Heinz Ketchup Caviar that they are releasing especially for Valentine's Day. They have released the Ketchup Caviar. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's tiny little globules of ketchup. It is presented in caviar form. It's not particularly practical, but the little ketchup pearls are created with the goal of helping ketchup-loving couples have an exquisite Valentine's Day experience. It's not actually available for purchase. However, they will be giving out free jars to a select group of Twitter users.
False. I think that's
False.
stupid.
That's the
False.
dumbest thing I've ever
Right,
heard in my
and
life.
if it is true,
Who the hell wants the
to
ketchup caviar anyway? I still say it's false.
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 Yeah.
I'm really glad you guys didn't like this because the window to open into this contest to win the free caviar closed on January 28th,
Oh,
as
gosh,
this is
that's
absolutely true.
That is dumb.
Heinz turned their ketchup into tiny little caviar balls.
All right, so 4-2.
Dumb.
Little caviar balls.
Dumb.
I-
Dumb.
Also, in the spirit of Valentine's Day, a woman who recently got married needed to be the belle of the ball on her wedding. And so in order to be the belle of the ball on her wedding, she chose to go about the Mean Girls route and feed her bridesmaids protein shakes that would make them lose weight every morning. That's what she told them. Except that what they actually were intense weight gain supplements so that they would not be able to fit into their bright canary yellow bridesmaids dresses and would have to be let out days before the wedding, and that they would be the fat, ugly sisters at her wedding.
I totally believe that.
False. That would be so foul.
I believe it.
She said, by far the worst thing I did was to fatten up my sisters.
I believe it. True.
False.
100% true.
Wow.
The woman admitted to it.
4-3,
evil,
yo.
Evil
I'm coming
person.
back.
She said, at first I went easy, but by the month before the wedding, I was adding triple of the prescribed amount into Maggie and Charlie smoothies, leaving my own simply fruit and coconut water.
Foul. You're a foul woman.
I hope your sisters read that.
Right.
Another thing to spruce up Valentine's Day, y'all, unicorn tier wine. That's right. A company in Germany has released something that they call unicorn tiers wine. It's pink, it's sparkly. You can buy it for somewhere between $11 and $15 a bottle, depending on where you're at. It's not available in the US yet, but it will be. It's in Millennial pink. Per the husband and wife's team's website, they created a magical wine that brings happiness and optimism to their small winery in Navarra, Spain. They're not saying whether it's real unicorn tears or not. They do write that it is made with real tears in an undisclosed location.
True.
100% true. You can
Yes.
buy sparkly
Yes.
pink wine.
5-4.
5-4. Is that
How many-
where we're at?
Yeah, how many we got left?
I got, you want to...
First one to 7.
You want to do first 1 to 7?
First
Yeah,
one to 7.
Technically I have 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 left.
Okay, first
All
one
right.
to 7.
I've got 3 left. I'm
What
sorry.
is- what's the
5-4
score?
yo-yo. 5-4 yo-yo.
5-4?
I've got 3
Jeez.
left. 5-4. A man has captured the largest fried rice wave on camera, and he wasn't even doing it on purpose. And he didn't even look. This man was making some fried rice, and he recorded the tallest fried rice wave, which was 34 inches high, made with over 2 pounds of rice. Of course, there were tons of memes that came out after he did it. He looked so nonchalant about it.
What is the rice wave? How do you do that?
You've got to do the walk.
Oh, I see.
You've got to do the walk.
False.
False.
It is absolutely fake.
Yeah.
It's a walk with a wave of rice inside.
Right. And also, like, the reason why I said is, like, nobody's ever, like, first of all, how would you know how many inches your rice wave was if he caught it in the middle of the picture? Yeah. You can't measure that.
Well, because you can see about the height of his head. You could do it. I'm just saying. But he was pranking his friend. He was
6'5". Uh-oh.
6'5".
Uh-oh, I gotta like give you a jinx or something. You can't get anything more right.
I cannot believe I'm doing this story. I'm not gonna look at the screen while I'm doing this story, but we're gonna do this. If spiders worked together, they could eat all humans in 1 year. Humans, beware. If the world's present population of spiders ever got organized, they could eat us all in just 12 months. It's a shocking new finding that is set to give everyone nightmares. At the moment, spiders only eat insects and such. Some even eat small mammals. But in a report published in the Washington Post, experts said that if you add up the weight of all the food eaten by the entire world's spider population in 1 year, it is more than the combined weight of every human on the planet.
False.
False.
People make fun of me when I tell them not to F with spiders and that they want to organize against us. It is 100% true. They want to bury their babies in your ears and they want to kill all of us. 100%. It's true. It's true. All spiders could kill us, y'all. Spider Army.
Well, let's just hope they don't.
All right, let's go to the next one. That one's grossing me out. I have nothing to say.
I'm dying. Last one.
This is the last one?
Last one.
Oh, boy.
It's the very last one.
So either Yo-Yo wins or it's a tie.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is. Okay, you guys. A Modesto 7-Eleven had a tremendous amount of problems with panhandlers outside of their store. So instead of calling the police or doing any number of other things, they decided to play opera music. They've been playing it 24/7 from 2 speakers. Anyone who loiters, panhandles, or sleeps in front of the building gets it turned up louder. It can be heard through the parking lot, but not inside the store, so that store owner Suki Sandu does not go absolutely crazy. It's been very effective in reducing the amount of clutter, the amount of loitering people. And he said the music creates a better environment.
False.
True.
Oh my God. This is a problem.
It's tied.
It's 100% true.
We
have a tie.
You don't have any more?
A tie. I got you.
All right, so there's a Sasquatch.
I actually have one. I have one in it that I just remembered.
In your head, but we don't have a picture
We
of
don't have any images for it, so, which might be better. Can I do what I'm thinking of, Jelly Bean?
Why not?
Yeah, it's the other leg one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jelly Bean.
Yeah.
Okay, tiebreaker.
Here's a tiebreaker.
A man whose foot was amputated after he got into a gnarly car crash figured that he knew that this was the only time he was ever going to figure out how real human flesh tastes. So he begged and pleaded the hospital to let him have his foot back, invited all of his friends over, and made foot tacos out of his foot. And he fed it to his friends. They all knew what was happening. They all knew, but they were like, hey, this is going to be the only time we can ethically taste human meat. Would you like to come over?
Where did this happen?
I believe it happened in Utah.
In Utah?
I can't be sure.
And he asked the hospital to give it back so the hospital knew he was going to make foot tacos?
Absolutely.
I say false.
True.
False.
Damn it, Brad! I was rooting for you!
I lost!
Yo-Yo is the winner!
Come over and eat a a foot taco.
6 of his
Why would a hospital can't give a foot back to make a foot taco?
6 of his closest friends came over
Undefeated.
to eat his foot taco.
Kobe Mayweather.
That is disgusting.
So yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing.
Thank
I
you,
had
guys.
to have a tiebreaker.
Thank
I'm
you,
really
guys.
happy I had that one in the
Happy
noggin.
Friday from the undefeated champ.
Comments of the day, Belgium Kim. Comments of the day.
Oh man, I wasn't ready.
Let's do comments of the day.
All right. All right, we're gonna go in order here. We weren't ready. Tanisha McNabb. This is our show. Here you can get a chance at your American dream. Here we have lawyers, CNAs, and even teachers in the comments. And if you don't even know what your American dream is, we, the Brad Show, will help you. We have the greatest lawyers who will help you for free on this show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Right?
Nice.
Very nice.
On YouTube, Carol the Top Cat Anderson said, okay, we're getting overzealous with it. I love how you guys start off with a happy start. It warms the moment to start off the show with great vibes, stress-free, and positive energy. Love them. You warm every heart.
Aww. Can you imagine how Monday I'm like, you all suck, why you want? I would never do that, right?
I hope not.
Life's terrible. No, I would never do that.
Princess Black already knows how she's going to do this. She's going to sit back and have a cup of tea in her Brad cup because it's Friday and she is so happy.
Cheers, cheers,
cheers. Happy Friday.
And anything else, Belgium Kim, while you're taking a sip?
Oh, it's bad luck to cheers
Yes.
and not
Okay.
sip. Excuse me, I'm not putting that juju on me. Dawn Harriet loves our stories because she said these stories are like appetizers before the main meal. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. Ken Kibbett said, hey, Brad Squad, Brad must definitely have a beautiful, majestic mind. Brad is just brilliant. I adore him. You go, Brad, changing and helping many people's lives.
Thank you. Thank
you have a beautiful, majestic mind.
Thank you.
Hey, hey, hey. And we've got one final one from Assat Lindo, who said, I'm going into the weekend with a high while I patiently wait for Monday at 5:30. Best show on earth.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, we'll have to talk about your raise that you beat me again.
Lavon's asking if I get my raise.
We're going to have to talk about that. He beat me on the bonus question.
Yep.
Who the hell takes home a foot and eats it? I mean, would you go over? Oh, Yonathan, Kim, I have my foot got amputated. I'm making foot tacos. Would you like to come over and eat my foot? Who would do that?
Hell no. What?
What kind of story is that?
I think I would get to know, but I would not be as quick of a no as you guys are.
How do we know that this is true?
It's 100% true.
I'm gonna do my own research. I'm gonna do my own. I'm doing my own taco foot research this weekend.
We have been.
That doesn't make no sense to me.
We have been quoting from and referencing the foot taco story for months.
Let me tell you something.
We've sat on it for months.
I'm gonna quote Anna in Data Miami. That don't make no sense. And with that, we'll see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?